Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for giving me a little bit of a break yesterday. I hope that didn't bother you. We had a bunch of thunderstorms here. We're still having one right now, but the internet connection's a little bit better. So I'm going to try to do this today. And so thank you for the likes on the post that I couldn't do my video. I had more likes on me not being able to do my video than the actual videos give themselves. I don't know what that means, but it's fine. It is whatever. Hope you guys watch and enjoy. Today we are in John chapter 5, and we're going to start in verse 16. I am going to give you a little bit of a warning today. I'm going to get just a tad preachy. I don't like to get preachy. I know it sounds judgmental, but that's kind of the point of today. So just letting you know that I might go a little bit towards the preaching side. But that's not from just my heart. You'll see. Okay, John chapter 5, starting in verse 16. So, it says, "Because Jesus was doing these things on the Sabbath, the Jews persecuted him. Jesus said to them, 'My Father is always at his work to this very day, and I too am working.' For this reason the Jews tried all the harder to kill him. Not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God his own Father, making himself an equal with God. Jesus gave them this answer, 'I tell you the truth. The Son can do nothing by himself. He can do only what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all he does. Yes, to your amazement, he will show him even greater things than these. For just as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, even so the Son gives life to whom he is pleased to give it. Moreover, the Father judges no one, but has entrusted all judgment to the Son, that all may honor the Son just as they honor the Father. He who does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. I tell you the truth, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life and will not be condemned. He has crossed over from death to life. I tell you the truth, a time is coming and has now come when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son to have life in himself." Almost done. "And he has given him authority to judge." Thanks, David. "He has given him authority to judge, because he is the Son of Man. Do not be amazed at this, for a time is coming when all who are in their graves will hear his voice and come out. Those who have done good will rise to live, and those who have done evil will rise to be condemned. By myself I can do nothing. Judge only as I hear. And my judgment is just, for I seek not to please myself, but him who sent me." We don't get to judge people. We do not get to judge people. I don't know how more plainly to say it. Jesus says it there and says it a lot of other places, and it's plain. We don't get to judge people, ever, for no reason, for any reason. There's no exceptions. There's no maybe here. There's no certain person that we can judge. No, never. We don't get to. We don't have the authority to. We've done nothing to earn that right. Jesus and God are the only ones who can ever judge anyone. I wish we could get that. I don't know, and it's not just the world. All right, I'm not talking to the world. I'm talking to myself here too. I don't get to judge anyone. There's so many times in my life where, and I'm not bragging here. I'm kind of not condemning myself. There's so many times where I look at like a student, because I used to be in student ministry, or like kids, and I think, man, their parents need to do this, this, and this. That's not my place to call. I've never had a kid. I mean, I might know some things from student ministry, but that's not my role. And there's lots of times where I see people do stuff, go on trips, or buy something, and I think, that's not a very wise way to spend money. What am I thinking? I don't get to do that. Like, I spend money like stupid all the time. Like, I don't get to judge anyone. We don't get to judge anyone at all ever for any reason. But yet we do it all the time. and that's crazy to me. Jesus says here and a lot of other times, but he specifically says it like 3 times in this passage, I'm the one who has authority to judge. I will judge. My judgment is just. That's it. That's the only thing. Jesus is the one who judges people. So you've probably heard that saying, and you might even heard sermons on it before, and I won't get too much more preachy than that. But you've heard it been said, only God can judge me. Well, yeah, that's totally true. Only God can judge me. And here, Jesus has the authority to judge. God gives Jesus the authority. Okay? God, the creator of the universe, gives Jesus the authority to judge. And what does Jesus do? He doesn't judge people. What does Jesus do? He saves people instead. So Jesus has all the authority in the world to say, do this my way. Do this my way. Be perfect. That's the only way to get to heaven. That's the only way to be with God. You have to be perfect. And he could have said, do this my way, and I'm going to make sure you're perfect. But no. He says, I know you can't be perfect, but I love you anyways, and I want to save you. That's what Jesus does with judgment. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. We don't get to judge people. You don't get to judge people for who they vote for. You don't get to judge people for what they post on Facebook. You don't get to judge people for how they look. You don't get to judge people for how they parent or how they spend their money. I don't get to judge people for how they treat me or they treat my wife. There's plenty of reasons why we think we can judge people, but we don't get to. We just don't. We don't get to judge people. The reason why is because we're hateful, we're selfish, and we are the ones that say, do this my way, do this my way. You have to do things my way. You have to live this way. You have to have this lifestyle. You have to look like this. You have to go here. You have to be like this. We don't get to. But Jesus does get to, and he doesn't do that. Jesus does get to judge. God is the only one who can judge us. And instead of judging us, he dies for us. That's insane. How many people would you die for? Not very many if I'm talking to me. How many people would you die for? Probably, if there's 1 or 2, it's probably like family members, people who you've known your whole life or you love, and that's great, that's great. But how many people would you die for? Definitely not the people you disagree with, right? Definitely not the people that have been hurtful and hateful towards you. Probably, right? Like, I wouldn't die for those people, but that's what Jesus did. The people who hated him, the people who despised him, the people who spit in his face, the people who crucified him, he forgave on the cross. He said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. That's how God judges people. That's our standard for judging people, is that we don't get to judge them. God expects us to love them sacrificially instead. That's insane. I can't do it, not without Jesus' help. We can't do it without Jesus' help. So I don't really have a question for you today. My genuine, loving challenge, because I want to see the world change. I want to see Christians be better. My genuine, heartfelt, loving challenge for you today is, please don't judge people. Please stop judging people. As Christians, we have to stop judging people. And we have to start loving them sacrificially instead. If you really want to see your news feed change, if you really want to see this country change, if you really want to see things get better after 2020, that's going to be one big step, is to stop judging people and love them sacrificially instead. Love you guys. I'll do whatever I can to show you that I love you. If you have any comments or messages or anything, let me know. I'm praying for a lot of you. There's people that have asked me for specific prayer requests and commented on and even texted me. I love that. If I can show you sacrificial love, I'll do my best to. And I would challenge you guys to do the same. thanks for watching today. Thanks for being patient that we didn't have a video yesterday. And hope to see you guys tomorrow as we dive into how Jesus forgives us tomorrow. See ya.